What if the secrets to mastering reality, transcending the self, and understanding the cosmos were hidden in plain sight, encrypted within ancient words, whispered through time, guarded by mystics, and veiled from the uninitiated? What if one man, neither fully God nor fully human, once stood at the threshold of heaven and earth and spoke truth so powerful they became the foundation of every esoteric tradition that followed? This man was Hermes Trismegistus. Known as the thrice great, he is both legend and archetype, a fusion of the Egyptian god Thoth and the Greek Hermes, a messenger between worlds, a scribe of divine law, and a keeper of secrets so profound they defy modern comprehension. His teachings are not mere philosophy. They are spiritual blueprints, encoded in symbols and silence, pointing to the divine architecture that underlies all of creation. But most have never truly heard them. Across dusty manuscripts, mysterious scrolls, and forbidden books like the Corpus Hermeticum and the Emerald Tablet, Hermes speaks in riddles and revelations. His words ripple through time, shaping alchemy, astrology, Gnosticism, Rosicrucianism, and even modern-day spiritual practices. And yet, the true essence of his teachings remains concealed, obscured by centuries of misinterpretation and academic coldness. In this video, we are not just going to study Hermes Trismegistus, we are going to decode him. We'll journey through the mist of myth and history to uncover who Hermes truly was, why his teachings were revered by secret societies and spiritual adepts, and what they mean for you today. We'll unearth the timeless principles hidden in his writings, explore the mysteries of as above, so below, and reveal the practical spiritual technologies encoded in Hermetic wisdom. If you've ever felt there's more to this world than meets the eye, if you've sensed a hidden order, a divine intelligence waiting to be known, then you are already following the path of Hermes. Let us walk it together. To understand the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, we must first pierce the veil of time and gaze into the twilight where myth and history blur. Hermes Trismegistus is not a man, but a mystical composite, a symbol of wisdom that transcends cultures. He is believed to be a fusion of two deities, the Egyptian god Thoth, scribe of the gods and master of sacred knowledge, and the Greek god Hermes, messenger of Olympus and guide of souls. When these two figures merged during the Hellenistic period, a new being emerged, Hermes Trismegistus, or Hermes the thrice great. Why thrice great? Some say he was the greatest philosopher, priest, and king. Others claim he mastered the three parts of all wisdom: alchemy, astrology, and theurgy. In truth, the phrase is as mysterious as the man himself. The writings attributed to Hermes, chief among them the Corpus Hermeticum, the Kybalion, and the Emerald Tablet, were not simply texts. They were transmissions, whispered teachings for initiates only. They passed through the hands of Greek philosophers, Egyptian priests, early Christian mystics, Islamic scholars, and Renaissance alchemists. Each group found in them a mirror of their deepest questions and an echo of divine truth. To the Hermeticist, reality is not chaotic. It is ordered, layered, and sacred. The universe is a living mind, and we are fragments of that mind, capable of awakening to our divine origins. Hermes taught that everything is connected. He was one of the first to articulate the principle of correspondence: as above, so below, as within, so without. But these were not mere poetic lines. They were laws of spiritual physics, describing how the macrocosm and the microcosm reflect one another. If one truly understands the self, one begins to understand the entire universe. This Hermetic worldview became the spine of Western esotericism. It influenced Plato and Plotinus, found echoes in Kabbalah and Gnosticism, and shaped the hidden doctrines of the Rosicrucians, Freemasons, and Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Even today, traces of it appear in New Age spirituality and quantum mysticism. But what's most astonishing is this: Hermes didn't simply offer abstract philosophy. His words describe a living path, a transformational journey from ignorance to gnosis, from illusion to illumination. He teaches how to purify the soul, master the mind, and harmonize with the divine will. To the true seeker, Hermes does not teach in riddles. He speaks in symbols, inviting the mind to stretch and the heart to awaken. But to access his wisdom, one must approach not as a skeptic, but as a student of mystery, willing to sit at the feet of a timeless teacher and remember truths long forgotten. In the next section, we will begin to explore the core teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, not just what he said, but what he meant. We'll examine the foundational principles that form the architecture of his teachings and how they offer a spiritual technology more relevant today than ever. The 7 Hermetic principles in the architecture of reality. At the heart of Hermetic wisdom lies a set of foundational truths, 7 Hermetic principles that form the blueprint of creation itself. These are not just philosophical musings, they are keys, vibrational patterns that unlock the hidden mechanics of the universe. Let us begin with the first principle, the principle of mentalism. The all is mind. The universe is mental. Hermes begins with an audacious statement. Everything that exists is a thought within a vast cosmic mind. Not metaphorically, but literally. The physical world, the stars, the gods, and even your own body are manifestations of consciousness. Just as your dreams arise within your mind, so does the universe arise within the mind of the all, an infinite, unknowable source. To grasp this is to understand that you are not in the universe. You are of it. The same mind that gives birth to galaxies pulses within your consciousness. You are a thought thinking itself into being. Now the second principle, the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. This law tells us that the universe is fractal. Its patterns repeat at every level of existence. The spiral of a galaxy echoes in the spiral of a shell. The structure of atoms reflects the structure of solar systems. And most importantly, your inner world reflects the outer world. Your emotions, beliefs, and energetic patterns shape the reality around you. This is not mysticism alone. It is mechanics. If you wish to change your life, you must begin by changing your inner state, because the outer world is its mirror. The third principle, the principle of vibration. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. All things, from a mountain to a thought, are vibrations of energy. What appears solid is simply energy moving at a slower frequency. Your thoughts, your emotions, even your words, all carry vibration, and those vibrations attract similar frequencies. Hermes teaches that mastery begins with awareness of these vibrations. By tuning your inner frequency through intention, meditation, and silence, you begin to influence the reality around you. Like a tuning fork, you call forth matching energies. This is why sages speak softly, why chants and mantras are sacred. They are tools of vibrational alignment. The fourth principle, the principle of polarity. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Hot and cold are not different energies. They are the same force expressed on a spectrum. Love and hate, light and dark, birth and death. They are two ends of the same current. This principle reveals a powerful secret. You can transform one pole into another. Hatred can become compassion. Fear can be transmuted into courage. How? Through awareness and mental alchemy, the practice of consciously shifting your perspective and vibration to move along the spectrum. To Hermes, enlightenment is not escaping polarity, but mastering it, seeing both poles and rising above the illusion of separation. These first four principles form a sacred geometry: mind, mirror, motion, and duality, the foundation of the spiritual universe. In the next part, we will explore the remaining three principles: rhythm, cause and effect, and gender, and reveal how they govern the dance of time, karma, and creative power. We will also uncover how these principles were used by ancient initiates to perform miracles, not by defying the laws of nature, but by understanding and working with them. The remaining principles and the art of mental alchemy. We now continue with the fifth Hermetic principle, the principle of rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. Hermes reveals that life moves in cycles, like a pendulum, swinging from one extreme to another. Day becomes night. Joy follows sorrow. Creation gives way to destruction, and then back again. This rhythmic pattern governs all: the turning of the planets, the beating of your heart, the inhale and exhale of breath. But here lies the secret. While most are tossed helplessly by these rhythms, emotional highs and lows, seasons of success and failure, the Hermetic initiate learns to rise above the swing. This is called the law of neutralization. Just as a sailor uses the wind without being controlled by it, so too can you harness life's rhythms without being enslaved by them. Through observation, detachment, and presence, you stop reacting and begin responding. Now the sixth principle, the principle of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Nothing in the universe is random. Every event, every thought, every outcome is part of an infinite chain of causality. While the masses drift along as victims of circumstance, the Hermetic master becomes a cause, not an effect. This principle awakens profound accountability. Your current reality is not a punishment or reward. It is the logical echo of past vibrations. Every thought sown becomes a ripple in time. If you desire a different life, begin now to sow different causes. In this way, spiritual awakening is not magic, it is precision, and it empowers you to escape the wheel of unconscious reaction and step into conscious creation. And finally, the seventh principle, the principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. This principle is not merely about biological sex. It points to a universal duality within all things, masculine and feminine, active and receptive, force and form. In every mind and every soul, these forces dance. The masculine is the initiator, the impulse, the seed, the fire. The feminine is the receiver, the form, the nurturer, the vessel. Creation requires balance. Too much masculine energy becomes aggression. Too much feminine becomes passivity. To Hermes, enlightenment is the sacred marriage of these two forces within you. When your inner sun and moon are united, you become a conscious creator, capable of generating divine works, both inwardly and outwardly. These seven principles are not just ancient teachings, they are maps of mastery. They describe how thought becomes form, how spirit becomes matter, and how the unseen becomes seen. and within them lies the core of mental alchemy, the power to transmute inner states, to evolve spiritually, and to shape your external world through inner transformation. The Hermetic student is not asked to believe, but to experiment, to observe these laws in their own life, to test them, and in doing so, to begin the journey from ignorance to gnosis. But theory alone is never enough. The ancients knew this. That is why, in the next section, we will explore the practical applications of Hermetic wisdom, how to live these truths, not just contemplate them. You will learn real techniques to raise your vibration, shift your state, and begin aligning your personal reality with the divine order Hermes spoke of. Awaken the alchemist within. The teachings of Hermes Trismegistus are not relics of the past. They are timeless codes, echoing across centuries, waiting for the seeker with eyes to see and ears to hear. You have now glimpsed the structure of the hidden world, 7 eternal laws that govern all things seen and unseen. From the mental origin of reality to the subtle dance of vibration, from the illusion of polarity to the power of rhythm, cause, and creative gender, Hermes handed down a blueprint for mastery veiled in allegory, preserved in silence, revealed only to the worthy. But remember this, to know is not enough. The Hermetic path is not about information. It is about transformation. These teachings are not for scholars, they are for initiates, for those who dare to practice what they have remembered. You are not here by accident. If these words have resonated with something deep within you, it is because that part of you, the eternal part, already knows these truths. Hermes does not teach, he reminds. And now that you have remembered, the question is, what will you do with the knowledge? Will you become a passive observer of life or an alchemist of your own destiny? The path is simple, but not easy. It requires silence, observation, discipline, and faith in something unseen. But the reward is great. Freedom from illusion, alignment with the divine, and the ability to shape your reality in harmony with cosmic law. If this journey awakens something within you, consider subscribing to this channel. It helps us bring more hidden wisdom to light. And if this video resonated with your soul, leave a like, not just for the algorithm, but as a signal to the universe. I am ready.